Good morning. My name is Brian Hopkins Sr., principal of Northern Nash High School. I would like to welcome each of you and call to order our commencement ceremony for Northern Nash High School class of 2021. We are pleased to welcome our parents and relatives of our graduates to celebrate this wonderful occasion. We are also pleased to acknowledge our superintendent, Dr. Ellis, assistant superintendents, cabinet members, members of our Nash County Public Schools Board of Education, and other elected officials. We will acknowledge and introduce each of these individuals shortly. Before we begin, on behalf of our senior class and school administration, we would like to acknowledge and give a big thank you to our teachers, counselors, clerical staff, cafeteria staff, custodial staff, bus drivers, and lastly, our phenomenal school nurse, who have worked extremely hard during this pandemic to support our graduates to this point. These individuals had to shift gears from traditional ways of teaching and guiding our students while finding innovative ways to continue to teach and inspire. Please join me in giving our staff a round of applause. Now, graduates, we are extremely proud of your accomplishments and have set aside this time especially for you, in honor of your years of hard work and commitment towards your education. Most recently, you have embraced many unknowns and met many challenges associated with it. Please take these experiences from the last year and apply these lessons learned to better prepare for your future challenges. Together, we will look back at this historic global pandemic that adjusted life itself, your senior year, and say, hey, we made it. Parents and relatives of our graduating class, this is a special moment for you as well. Our ability as a school community to remain standing through this pandemic due to your support, strength, perseverance, and resiliency. Now, parents and relatives, we ask that you assist our graduates in making this a memorable and respectful ceremony that they will remember. We ask that you hold your cheers and applause until the last graduate's name have been called. We want each family member to hear their graduate's name called during this special occasion. Again, thank you for respecting the request of our graduating class and staff. At this time, we will ask Senior Miss Daisy Zavaza Barrios to come up and introduce our distinguished guests.
It is an honor to have many distinguished guests today, and I would like to recognize them at this time. Please stand as I call your name and hold all applause until the end. From the Nash County Public Schools Board of Education, Bill Sharp, Vice Chair. Mr. Chris Bissett. Miss Evelyn Bullock. Miss Sharonda Thomas Bullock. Mr. Ricky Jenkins. Mr. Reginald Silver. Miss LaShonda Washington. From the Nash County Public Schools Superintendent Office, Dr. Steven Ellis, Superintendent of Nash County Public Schools. Melissa Dancy Smith, Assistant Superintendent of Academics and Accountability. Leon Farrow, Jr., Assistant Superintendent of Student Support Services and Operations. Chad Thompson, Executive Director of Secondary Education and CTE. On the floor, cabinet members. Nash County Public Schools principals and other central office personnel. The class of 2021 would like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and celebrating this joyous occasion. Thank you.
We would also like to acknowledge Ms. Donovan Chavis Battle, board member. Thank you.
Good morning. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our administrators, Administrators, teachers, staff, esteemed guests, parents, family members, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2021. I was excited when Mr. Hopkins asked me to give this speech. It helped me realize this is my final farewell. This will be the last time the class of 2021 will be gathered together. We don't think about it when we're in school. Of course, we think about the end. We think about graduating, but never what graduating truly means. These are the people we've grown up with, the people we've experienced life with, and in a few short moments, it'll be the last time you see many of these same faces. Some of you might be glad. Coach Davis is pretty ugly. Forgive me, but much like completing Mr. Frank White's assignments, this speech was written last minute. Coming into high school and having Coach Davis as my first class of the day had me scared for my life. He had the craziest stories. You didn't know what to expect from him day to day. One story that I'll never forget is when he shot, his deaf, limbless grandmother. Eventually, I knew we'd get along well, because later in the semester, he told us that the same deaf, limbless grandma could still hear better than me. One of my favorite memories of Davis's class was about my brother Donovan Simpson and how Fetty Wap wrote a song just for him. Instead of a preferred 2020 vision, Donovan's vision is 1738. I love you. I won't harp on Coach Davis for too long. Let's share the love. I never understood how Nick Taylor couldn't finish a sentence without closing his eyes and laughing. Or why every time I see Coach Avery, he's got a protein shake in his hand. Like, dude, how big do you plan on getting? Miss Palin, you have the most comfortable floor in the school. For the record, Mr. Hopkins, I did not take naps in her class. Lastly, you will always get the 411 on the latest drama in Miss McIntyre's class. As I look onto this field, I'm amazed by the beauty of people from all nationalities and cultures, all here to celebrate our accomplishments, even if they are required by law accomplishments. We're a class full of differences, some tall, some short, big, small, smart, smarter, pretty, and prettier. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Logan. Despite our differences, and whether we realize it now or years from now, we have one thing in common. That is that high school has been one of the best experiences of our lives. Last March, we all had a lot of things taken away from us. Hanging out with family and friends, going out to eat, going shopping, and even coming to school. What we thought would be a 2-week early spring break turned into a year of virtual learning. I never thought I'd hear myself say, man, I'm ready to be back in school. Not just in school to learn, because who really wants to do that, but in the building, with my friends, my teachers, the administrators. I'm reminded often of what Coach Ferris once said, control what you can control. We can control our actions, words, and decisions, but we cannot control the virus that had taken over the world. Since then, we've lost so much more. Some things more real and serious than hanging out with friends. Some of you have lost family members. You or a family member lost a job and financial stability. As teenagers, we became more accustomed to real-world problems. As the youngest in my family, I've been encouraged to learn from this experience because, newsflash, seniors, online learning is not the biggest obstacle we'll have to overcome. Life is not easy. Adversity doesn't define us. It's our response to adversity that does. If you consider the adversity we face, we're experts. We've got to stand together, take what we've learned from this experience, and become some of the most independent, strong-willed, and intelligent among the generations. No matter how we spend our senior year, online, in person, track 1, track 2, both tracks, virtual until March. Why are there so many options? We are all bound together by one word, Knights. On behalf of the entire class of 2021, let me say, thank you to our senior committee and other staff members for your efforts in the senior-related activities. You all tried to make our less than desirable senior year better. Thank you to Coach Drake for your tireless efforts behind the scenes work for our graduation and awards day. Thank you to our administrators for always keeping us on track and being engaged in our lives. This is probably the only time Crosby lets me keep my cap on at school. Thank you to our counselors for ensuring that we make it to this day and for helping us with our plans after high school. Thank you to our teachers. You've created relationships with us, helped us grow, and taught us life lessons in and out of your classrooms. You will forever be missed and never forgotten. Thank you to the custodians who worked harder to clean and prepare for the return of students amidst all COVID requirements. Thank you to the cafeteria workers for preparing food for students regardless of whether they were in the building or not. Thank you to my classmates. You guys have become my family, especially my football brothers. Man, beating Southern Nash for the first time in 11 years, that'll be a memory I hold on to forever. Thank you to Logan. You stuck by my side since we were 14 years old. I can't imagine high school without you. Thank you to all of our parents and guardians. I know that without my parents, I wouldn't be standing on this stage today. They've shaped me and molded me into who I am. Oh, and thank you to my siblings. You both showed me two very different yet successful and commendable ways of going through high school and life. I look forward to following in your huge footsteps. Last, but certainly not least, thank you to God for our many blessings and talents He's gifted us with. I'm glad that got a big cheer. For those of you that don't know, as far as my schooling, my mom has been with me every step of the way. No, seriously. Every school I've attended, she's worked at. Mama, I love you, but North Carolina Westland is not hiring. Honestly, I might miss her stalking me on power schools, though. There was no room for slacking. I'm leaving Northern Nash with one of my biggest blessings, my mama. Y'all take care of her. She's a true gem to this school. As we all go our separate ways, whether to college, the military, or the workforce, I encourage you to always know where home is. Being a knight is something to be proud of. We have difficult challenges ahead of us, whatever our paths may be. There's a quote by Mr. Hopkins from a beginning of the year assembly that will always stay with me. Represent your school, your family, and better yet, yourself. I encourage you to remember this as well. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed." I'll leave you with these last few quotes. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. Do it with passion or not at all. Guys, always check your email. As knights, we are one. Lastly, from a well-known philosopher and street poet, we started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Congrats, guys, we made it.
Greetings, graduates, family, friends, and staff. Today we are leaving behind a chapter of our lives and starting a new one. Many of us will attend college, join the workforce, or serve our country. As a result, today is a special day to acknowledge our achievements. However, while it is important that we acknowledge our accomplishments, it's also important that we reflect over the time we spent learning and achieving those accomplishments. I remember my first day as a student at Northern Nash. The excitement, curiosity, and nervousness. I was excited and curious about the things I would learn and the memories I would make, but nervous about starting this new transition. Nonetheless, I can say that over time, the nervousness decreased and I was happy to be here. Together, we have experienced many moments. We have learned many lessons from our teachers, counselors, and principals. Our teachers have challenged us both academically and personally to be the best we can be. We have spent 4 years preparing to be the people we are today. Although we can all agree that we have learned a lot from our teachers, counselors, and principals, I would also say that we have learned a lot from each other. There are many of you that have known from the time I was in elementary and middle school. Believe it or not, the people you are around impact you tremendously, and I can adhere to that. My peers have taught me to be more understanding, more outgoing, and to make time for fun. Over these past years, we may have experienced trial and difficulty. However, these difficulties were a result of challenging ourselves to become successful. Nonetheless, today we experience triumph. Today, our 4 years of hard work pay off. We can forget about the nights we spent studying for a test, doing homework, or worrying about the next lesson in math and chemistry, because we have finally accomplished this part of our life. Today is a day that can be described as joyous, sad, or bittersweet. However, I'm glad to be able to graduate with all of you. I'm thankful for the 4 years of memories and lessons that will remain for a lifetime. I wanted to say thank you to my friends, family, teachers, principals, and God for guiding me and supporting me to be successful. Last but not least, I wanted to say thank you to my peers. It's been an interesting yet fun ride. Before I close my speech, I would like to leave you all with a quote by Amy Poehler. Take your risk now. As you grow older, you become more fearful and less flexible. Try to keep your mind open to possibilities and your mouth closed on matters that you don't know about. Limit your always and your nevers. Continue to share your heart with people, even if it's been broken. As we move on in life, class of 2021, let's be successful, ambitious, and open to many possibilities. Now I say to all of you, congratulations to my class, class of 2021.
Haley Ariana Austin Smith. Tadrin Ann Ward. Kanasia Zanaya Arrington. Neville Sky Atkinson, magna cum laude. Maria Veronica Avila Garcia. Macy K. Acock, cum laude. Hannah Cheyenne Bailey. Logan Alexander Barbeau. Isabella Ann Bailey. Sincere Keontae Battle. Robert Joseph Batts, cum laude. Jaden O'Neill Bell. Susan Nicole Barakoff. Carlos Cromwell Bigler III. Courtney Faith Bigler. Shayla Mackenzie Bilodeau. Rachel Marie Blankenship. India Ariana Bobbitt, magna cum laude. Benny Warren Brake III. India Michelle Christine Brake. Shartaza Halima Christine Brake. William Tyler Branch. Melissa Janice Brantley. Whitley Virginia Brantley. Catherine Nicole Briley, summa cum laude. Deanna Miracle Brown. Jalen Tyrell Bryant. Samuel Philip Bunn. Cameron Ermir Bounham. Lanisa Ann Bounham. John Isaac Bird, summa cum laude. Jacob Aaron Cadena. Curtis Lee Cannon. Michaela Elizabeth Renee Carr. Michael Shamar Carr. Meredith Amelia Carey. Joshua Michael Caudle. Khalees Alexandra Clark. Jordan Marquise Cofield. Cameron Andrew Collier. Jaheim Devontae Cooper. Jonathan Daniel Cordero. Adam Brunson Cotton. Milton Emmanuel Dancy. Abigail Grayson Daniels. Makira Ariana Daniels. Hala Osama Dari, magna cum laude. Abigail Langley Davis, cum laude. Grayson Alexander Davis. Jarius Dillion Davis. Noah Brian Davis, magna cum laude. Tyler Brent Davis. Zakethia Simone Davis. Alyssa Makia Day, summa cum laude. Jordan Avery Dew, magna cum laude. Jaquez Monte Dickens. Janasia Rakaria Dickens. Mashanti Lee Dickens, magna cum laude. Aja Aminata Isaha Doof. McKenna Gray Dixon. Thomas Allen Engelking, cum laude. Jacqueline Lizette Escudero. Hannah Danielle Evans, cum laude. Rodney Cortez Evans, Jr. Jenna Michelle Ezel. Joshua Fernandez Pineda. Deshaun Jermaine Farrell. Zachary Terrell Farrell. Zachea Monique Flowers. Kayla Grace Flynn, summa cum laude. Joshan Malik Foster. Sapphire Nicole Foster. Cameron Shane Franklin. Sebastian Gabriel Franks, cum laude. Jaden Kushad Freeman. Makia Janae Freeman, summa cum laude. Tyler Grant Garner, summa cum laude. Demarion Devante Gary. Emmanuel Savion Goldsby. Jaden Malik Goodman. Bennett Charles Grant, magna cum laude. Nicholas Arian Marquis Graves. Taisha Christine Green. Zania Naisha Green, magna cum laude. Timothy Heston Gregory.
Charles Wars Hamner. Sequoia Shanice Hankins. Austin Gregory Harrell, summa cum laude. Janasia Tazane Harris. Marshall Wayne Hawley, magna cum laude. Arthel Elizabeth Hayes, cum laude. Denasia Nashe Hedgepeth. Tradesia Ania Hedgepeth, summa cum laude. Liberty Rose Henderson. Walter Jesus Herrera. Kamaya Akira Hinton. Sykevion Deontay Holden. Chloe Elise Howell, magna cum laude. Carlton Lee Hudson. Jared Lauren Huffman. Jordan Christopher Hughes. Turner Scott Hunt. Yamani Ataya Hunter. Justina Naomi Jennett. Samuel David Jernigan. Asia Dakota Jones, summa cum laude. Brian Keith Jones, Jr. Zariah Marnice Jones. Ashley Caroline Joyner. Leah Elizabeth Joyner. Logan Mackenzie Joyner, summa cum laude. Shannon May Joyner, cum laude. Taekwon Marquez Joyner. Micah James Kendrick, summa cum laude. Anaya Sine King, cum laude. Augustus Chase Latham. Brian Jalik Lawrence. Kaylee Madison Lee, cum laude. Samuel Lee Lewis. Yijing Lin, summa cum laude. Ronnie Alejandro Luque Roblero. Angelo Wanye Lynch. Chloe Ann Lynch, magna cum laude. Christopher Layton Lynch, Jr., cum laude. Harmony Anaya Lynch. James Lee Tyler Macaluso. Tanner Joseph Macklin. Justin Brian Marshall. Shamia Abdul Kareem Mazeb. Asiya Amina McGoins. Jamia Rayshana McNair. Caitlin Elizabeth Mayhus, magna cum laude. Kayla Renee Meyer, cum laude. Denaya LaShawn Mills. Zaire Kaiwan Mills. William Atlas Menchu IV, summa cum laude. Anissa Benet Mitchell. Tyasia Monet Mitchell. Wesley Reed Mizell. Amanda Caroline Maudlin, cum laude. Jada Brooke Moody, summa cum laude. Gavin Hilton Moore. Fabienne Morado. Wendy Liliana Morales Lopez. Annalise Marie Mawat, cum laude. Nicholas Alexander Murphy, cum laude. Ryan Naranjo. Sarah Pate Nelms. Mariana Noyola Perez. Samantha Brianne Nunnery. Estefany Overa Pimentel. Ramiro Ortiz Gutierrez.
Tava Lynn Parada, cum laude. Kiera Nyla Parker. Nadeja Dejanique Parker. Jay Anil Patel, summa cum laude. Haley Paige Pierce, magna cum laude. Tyshawn Atavies Pierce. Sincere Malik Pitt. Jadeja Christiana Pitt. Malia Arnasia Pitt. Kelsey Morgan Pittman, cum laude. Destiny Tiaja Powell. Jayla Joy Powell. Paul Leonard Powell IV, summa cum laude. Deshaun Shakur Price. David Austin Price. Nevaeh Rose Proctor, summa cum laude. Brittany Nicole Raposa. Devin Maurice Reddy. Caleb Isaiah Reams. Dustin Hanavi Richardson, Jr. Amiracle Dinasia Richardson. Andre Marcus Richardson, cum laude. Chastity Nicole Richardson. Jayla Amaris Richardson, summa cum laude. Keziah Amara Richardson. Michaela Renee Richardson, magna cum laude. Marcellus Marquez Richardson. Quodarius Lishan Richardson. Rajay Monique Richardson, cum laude. Charlotte Grace Regal. Jaden Lamel Robinson. Jacob Latario Romero, cum laude. Nakaya Quashe Rosser. Mackenzie Page Rudd. Chance Matoska Savage, summa cum laude. Montrell Damon Scott. Ryan Deshawn Sherrod. Alexis Christina Silver. Lamar Lee Silver. Paris Aquan Silver. Donovan Unique Simpson. Alexis Monet Smith. Jordan Camille Smith, magna cum laude. Charisma Amira Smith. Michael David Stauffer. Ariana Rain Stuckman. Corey Chandler Sutton. Alexis Nicole Sweeney, cum laude. Anna Marie Tamasia, summa cum laude. Muhammad Magdi Tawus, summa cum laude. Shania Joylene Patriciana Taylor. Kalia Denise Thigpen, cum laude. Mina Miana Naisha Thorne. Sabraya Michaela Thorne. Andre Maurice Turner, Jr. Brandon Scott Turner, magna cum laude. Caleb Armand Turner. Kennedy Wyatt Vinson, magna cum laude. Christian Gray Viverette, magna cum laude. Evan Gibbs Wallace. Leanne Christian Walters. Matthew Anthony Ward, cum laude. Paige Kinley Ward, summa cum laude. Tremon Khalik Watson. Courtney Elizabeth Webb, magna cum laude. Shannon Elijah Wilcox. Drishana Zainay Wilkins. Nyasia Takia Wilkins. Deshelle Lavonda Williams. Jaden Kanai Williams, cum laude. Rondell Marquise Williams, Jr. Ryan Lee Williams. Taylor Zykira Williams, cum laude. Whitley Ayana Williams. Garrett Bruce Williamson. David Ian Wilson, Jr., summa cum laude. Bethany Abigail Winstead, cum laude. Nasir Asante Woodley. Jordan Rashad Wooten. Isaiah Anthony Wright, cum laude. Taishia Lorraine Inez Wright. Daisy Sarai Zevalza Barrios, summa cum laude.
Will the class of 2021 please stand? Dr. Ellis and distinguished guests, by the powers vested in me by the Nash County Public Schools Board of Education and the state of North Carolina, I now pronounce you a graduate of Northern Nash High School with all the rights and privileges afforded thereby. You may turn your tassels. Congratulations.